What is happening, guys and girls? I'm here in Portugal at the Estoril circuit because today I am going to be getting my first impressions of an Alpine A110s. Now, before we get this video started, because I had to have this like told to me by someone here, it's Alpine, not Alpine. So yeah, because when I first read it, I was like, oh, an Alpine, that sounds good. And then everyone was like, no, it's Alpine. So glad we got that one out of the way to start with. So this is obviously based on the 1960s Berlinette, which has been sort of brought back into life by the parent company Renault. I was really excited to drive one of these because all I've heard online is just how good the Alpine 110 is, but now they brought out the S, which is a slightly, I mean, the S is ambiguous. They say it's like a bit sporty, a bit sexy, a bit spicy. I mean, it's a bit of a, in my eyes, it's a scamp, because I was told that it drives like basically a better, well sorted 4C. But from my first impressions, I've had like a little go in it. It drives absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna take it out on track, give it a little bit of a hoon because I wanna get that out of my system before I go out on these roads. So yeah, we're gonna jump in, I'll take you around the track, see what it's like to have a bit of a bash at it. And then yeah, I'll have a bit more of a deep dive into the Alpine 110s. And she's a pretty car though, look at it. I mean, amazingly, they've got the weather here in October. It is October, yeah, it is October. I just had to think about that for a second because I've been all over the place at the minute, jumping from Japan to LA to the UK and now Portugal. Interior, want to talk about it because it's very nice. Like the steering wheel has got a really nice feel to it. It's got a little bit of leather and Alcantara in there. Love the little center point. That's always something that I enjoy with a sports car. You know, like even the buttons here, like in the middle, everything is really easy to get to and like obvious. I mean, that's probably the biggest start-stop button that I have seen for a long while. And then also the infotainment, all of this is all very simple, and you know, the buttons that you need, bloody start, stop, off, that can go straight off. That's your ESC off, hazards, and your lock. So looking at it, like it's well sorted in here. The seats are really nice as well, these like bucket seats, and with the 4C I found that the seats were really uncomfortable. These are very much more comfortable. You can really sort of get your bum right in there and you feel nice and planted and tucked in. One thing I will say is viewership out the back is not sometimes ideal, but as I said, you sort of roll with it. One touch that I do like is the fact that we've got sort of like the body coloured panels painted inside here, so it really feels nicely put together, and there's lots of like nice little carbon touches here, there, everywhere. And yeah, even the Alpine logo is quite nice as well. Also, if you're quite tall, I mean, I'm 5'9", right? There's plenty of headroom in here, so you don't feel like you're constantly gonna be whacking your head as you get in. There's loads of room here, which is great for a little sports car. This car is supposed to sort of match in the market the TTRS, the Cayman, the A90 Supra, that sort of thing. So it's compact, agile, lightweight. Those are the three things that this car really tries to make its own. And yeah, I'm excited to get it out on track because so far, as I said before, everything that everyone's been saying about this thing is that it's absolutely magic. Okay, sport mode, this little button here, you then hold it down, which takes you into track mode, which means ESC track, it's in drive, manual, oil temperature 106, coolant temperature. So you've got all your gauges here. You can flick through. Ooh, you've even got a little G meter here as well. Engine curves, torque, power, that's cool. Now if you want to get real geeky with it, you in current gear 1, pre-selected 2, clutch temperature. I love all this, that you can have all of it, like all of the information. You've got a little timer here as well. I mean, that's cool. I mean, if you really want to get into the whole track experience, which I feel like with a car like this, you should take it on track at least once. Okay, and we are off. Now, I've never actually driven around Estoril circuit, so I'm intrigued to see what it's like. I know that they've put out a load of cones and stuff just to show us the lines and braking entries, and to be fair, that's probably good, because fair play to them, they're letting us go out in the car without instructors. We're just doing a sighting lap now, and then we get to see, you know, see the track for ourselves. It's quite loud actually. It's louder than I thought it would be. Braking. It feels wonderfully stable, and as level gauge there that it's very straight. I'm excited. I like the circuit, it's awesome. Okay, we are off. First impressions, it's got quite a nice noise to it as you go down the gears. I mean, quick facts about it. At the end of the day, it's the same drivetrain as the original 110. So it's that 1.8 cylinder single turbo, and that's like 292 horsepower. And for a little sports car, something like this, that's almost like the weight ratio as well is really good. It's 3.9 kilos per horsepower, so it's definitely nippy. Woo! It's rear wheel drive as well, which is good fun. Loving Estrel circuit, by the way, guys. I haven't ever driven on this circuit, and it's good fun. Woo! It's got a 7-speed DCT gearbox on it, which is like, I mean, I don't mind DCT boxes, they're good fun. I mean, this car is supposed to be a rival to the M2 and, you know, the 4C and also the A90 Supra and also the Cayman. I mean, the Cayman is big shoes to fill because I've driven one of those and I thought it was bloody wicked. And so far, like, this car is supposed to be lighter, stiffer, and it feels very, very level and planted, which is the good thing. The brakes are good as well. Coming in here, I love the fact that it's rear wheel drive. Let's see if we can get it to do a little bit of lift off oversteer. They put cones out onto the track, so you can't really push as wide as you'd want to, but I guess we're not supposed to be racing at the end of the day. There we go, coming around the top here. Yeah, it feels incredibly like level, like at no point do you feel like it's going to unwind itself. One thing as well, the paddles are a nice way away from the steering wheel, so you don't ever feel like it's, you know, you're reaching for it. Everything is nicely within your grips. Even when we're doing like quite fast speeds, like the brakes feel good, it doesn't feel like they're cooking, like even when we've done like 3 laps around the track. Yeah, very impressed. Be nice to see how this thing just drives on the road normally. I love it when manufacturers let you go out on track in the car, because, you know, they give all these stats and all the rest of it, and oh, it's this and that, and you don't really get to experience that until you take it onto a track. So yeah, thanks Alpine, that was fun, although I am sweating my nuts off right now. Right, so let's have a look at this thing in a different colour, which is the matte grey paint. From the outside, it's like a really pretty looking little sports car, isn't it? I feel like at the back here, you're getting almost like Targa vibes with this little vent here. And then, you know, I've never really been a fan of a central exhaust, but it looks good. Like, it fits with the whole rear end of the car. The lights are super sleek. I don't know, the little diffuser at the bottom there as well. I kind of like the way it's got the black accents everywhere, and then this color here, this orange, is the accent as well, which you can see on the stitching on the seats here. So it just kind of all nicely ties in together without being too garish. Yeah, as I was saying, the tires, they've got a 215 on the front and then a 245 lovely Pilot Sport 4s on the 18-inch wheel, but they fit nicely, been lowered slightly as well. So the overall profile of it is rather lovely looking. I enjoy this as well on here, like this is smart. So I know sometimes like emblems, when they're trying to recreate a brand, is, I mean, I don't really like the Cupra badge, for example, but this looks smart. Front end, I love the little lights here. It's like I think it's a 1969 Berlinette that it looks just like this. But yeah, you know what, if you saw one of these parked up on the street, you would double take it, because you're like, oh, what's that? Let's take it for a ride down the road, because I've taken it out on track now and I was very impressed. Like, it's really, really good fun. Oh, it's a bit dark. Really, really good fun. One of the things that they've been saying about this car is like how much it's been made to be lightweight. Like, everything is about weight saving. Light, compact, fast. This thing actually weighs 1,114 kg, so realistically that is very light. That's why the comparison with the 4C is because they're about the same weight, but again, the driving experience in comparison, well, there is no comparison, this is just way better. Now, this is one of the only things that I would really struggle with, like the boot space. Like, that's the depth of it. If you can sort of see that on my arm, that's the worst like explanation of that I've ever done. But it's not great. Like, you could probably fit like a little bag, but make sure it's like squished down. And then when you come round to, oh, shut that. Come round to the back. Again, this is kind of like a little tiny hole. Like, this is fairly small in here. But do you know what? I don't know. I'm just thinking from my point of view, where I'd always have like camera kit with me, and especially if I have my camera guy, it can be a little bit difficult. But I think that's one of those things that you kind of have to take on the chin when you go for a small sports car. Seats though, very nice. Really enjoying it. Oh God, I'll have a look here what it's like from, this is the driver's perspective. Turn that down. But yeah, it's she's a lovely piece of kit. Steering wheel's not too small as well, like you have like nice good grip on here, whereas again when I was driving the 4C, this bit was a bit too chunky, so you couldn't really like get your hands around it. The gear shift is really nice, like these paddles are big enough that you're not reaching somewhere over here, which I can find is really annoying sometimes. The clusters on the dashboard as well, everything's really set out like clearly. Right, let's take her for a D-Rive. Okay, D. Ultimately, with the Alpine, I mean, 292 brake horsepower with 320 newton meters of torque. Like, the car is designed to be fun, especially with that weight. It's nimble, it's quick, it's agile. It's just, again, I keep saying that word, fun. Like, I've been having a right old crack. I'm going the wrong way around a roundabout. No, I'm not. Not the wrong way, but I'm going the wrong way. Don't worry, I'm okay to drive in other countries, Alpine. Yeah, like, it's just really enjoyable. Like, I'm trying to find fault with the driving experience, but I'm struggling. It's like, even when I jump in to just like quick do a reverse, like the steering feels really nice. Like, it's got plenty of feedback, or like when you're going quick on the track, like, it kind of hugs you. It's a nice experience. I'm very, very impressed. I'm also lost, but still, I'm very impressed with Alpine and how they've managed to create this car and make it a joy to drive. Because I have to admit, my relationship with French cars hasn't been that great over the years. This is definitely a game changer for me, so congrats. I just want to go take it now on some like mountain road somewhere and just enjoy it. They say that it was called the Alpine because the creator, he enjoyed taking his cars out onto the Alpine roads, as you will, and that's why the name, you know, that's where it came from. And I can totally understand that. I feel like that would be the perfect sort of place for this car if you went away for a weekend with your better half and just went driving. It's a bit windy. Well, guys and girls, I can safely say that this car lived up to the hype. And, you know, for my first experience with Alpine, I was like, a lot of expectation. You know what it's like? It's like, you know, when you plan a night out for ages and then everyone's like too excited and you get there and it's a bit of a, oh, okay. But this definitely didn't do that. It like lived up to the hype. Good looking machine, good fun. Definitely get yourself out and try one. I mean, they're hitting the market imminently. So in the UK, you'll be able to get one in the next couple of months. As I said, around the 51 to 55 grand mark. Well enjoyed. Well guys, catch me again soon for more car stuff. You know me, it'll be coming. See you soon. Bye.